Welcome back. While Sarah Boone is making wine out of fruit at Orange County Prison. Let's rewind to that fateful day in Winter Park, where Sarah ran around barefoot drinking boxed wine, ignoring her son Lucas, torturing anyone that would listen with her victim stories. Sarah controlled the narrative for 2 years. She had evidence and a script memorized that would get a man arrested at the drop of some wine. But this day, Sarah will meet her match. She will encounter a group of authorities that immediately saw through her games. Sarah was so stunned she was speechless at times. Today, we will focus on the heroes. They didn't wear capes, but they did wear some cool neckties, had some pretty cool hair, and some even had superhero physiques under those tight suits. The heroes that let Sarah talk herself into a tiny box like the one she left George locked in. After the last video we covered on Sarah's team, we decided to shine some light on the good guys. Sarah and her team not only begged the judge and jury to ignore all evidence, especially the confession and Sarah's homemade video, they also wanted favor and grace, and were shocked when they didn't receive it. It's quite laughable. They truly are made for each other. Thank goodness for them. They helped Sarah flee to her new townhome. Sarah thought she got away scot-free, until it came crashing down the very next day. Let's watch.
The next day, deputies returned and arrested Boone and charged her with second-degree murder in Torres's death. Boone's story about a childhood game gone awry unraveled when investigators say they found video on her cell phone showing Boone taunting and laughing at Torres while he was struggling to get out of the suitcase.
I can't breathe, babe.
Oh. That's what I feel like when you drink on me.
Sarah! I
You.
can't breathe, Sarah.
Yeah. You should probably shut the
When police questioned Boone the next morning, she seemed to have no memory of that happening.
I fell asleep, so I don't know if they suffocated her, like had an aneurysm or a heart attack or what.
Do me a favor. Have a seat.
Really, guys?
Really?
So if I didn't show up, why is
You're
this
trying-
happening?
Because
Before you all said I could leave,
when
that I was done after that.
we were done, yes, we were done. Absolutely.
So now, so that's what it is,
We are done.
right? Not intentional.
Okay.
So what am I supposed to do now?
You will,
Someone needs to call Brian.
okay.
Lucas is waiting for Mom to come home. This was not my intention. I thought I was waiting for you all to come and figure out what's what and how many.
That's what we're trying to do.
And I was going to be able to go home and see Lucas. Now he's just not going to have me come home. So there's nothing that I can do.
All right, no.
There's nothing that I can do in order to go home and see Lucas and prepare.
Not right now, no. You'll be afforded a time in court. You'll be afforded an attorney. You'll be afforded a chance to talk to a judge, and all that stuff will be worked out.
But what's the time frame for that, though?
I have no way of being able to tell you. You should make first appearance probably by tomorrow morning, if not tonight, depending how things are busy, how quickly you get down there. I
had a
don't
sneaky
work in
suspicion
there.
this was going to happen. And I need water, like, really bad, please.
Have a seat.
You all tricked me down here.
Absolutely did not.
I just got those.
Okay. They are not allowed in the jail.
So I can't even smoke cigarettes if I go.
What? Am I good on that? She is fucked up.
And what am I supposed to do with my car?
You'll be fine where it is. When you get down there, You'll have free phones, you'll be able to call.
What, as soon as possible?
Yeah, once you get down in there, get booked in, you'll be able to use a phone in the waiting
But how
area.
long will that take? Because I need to talk to Brian.
Yeah, no, it depends how busy, how quickly they get you through. I probably would say within the hour. It's a free phone
Yes?
call
Yeah.
in the lobby. It's a free phone
All
call.
I'm doing is bringing you there, sign
Yep.
a piece of paper, and you're going to
She has no clue.
So can I ask you, or whoever it is, those holding cells, the holding cells, am I going to be put in one of those?
I don't know.
Last time I had a panic attack.
Let them know that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you're familiar with the big bay. As long as you go in and you act civil to them, they'll set you in the big bay. And you'll be left there. And
The thing is, if you don't
if you
act up,
go in and act like this, you'll go in and they'll put you in the big bay. If you go in there screaming and kicking and yelling and
Why would
cursing
I
at
do
people,
that?
I don't know. I'm just letting you know that's what happens. That's how they weed people out. If you go in acting like this,
So I asked for the big bay?
they'll put you there as long as you're acting like this.
Yeah, because the last time I had a major panic attack on those little things.
Hey,
let them know.
change the cuffs. Call it
Go ahead,
in.
stand up.
I have not
So
found
what am I
anything.
going to do with my purse? Oh, sorry.
Your purse is going to come, but the cigarettes and stuff can't, so.
I put the lock up too, my bad.
Oh, no, it's all good. Mine are the opposite, so.
What made you all decide to do this?
Made us decide to do this?
Uh-huh.
George is dead.
You guys, I knew this was going to happen.
You did? Okay.
So I came
Well,
down
we
here
gave-
willingly.
Yes, absolutely. We were trying to figure out what's going on. We're still trying to figure out what's going on.
Unintentionally.
Well, intentional or not, George is dead. You act like when you say unintentionally, that absolves you from everything.
I need to get, I have my, I don't know if it's able to be or
They need
not.
your oil then. I apologize.
No, no, it's okay.
I have things in my car that I need to.
Okay.
Put your purse like that.
What kind of stuff do you have in your car that you're worried about?
Well, I have my medication.
Okay, they have a pharmacy there, so if there's something that you have to have right away, you'll be seeing a nurse.
It's panic attack stuff.
Well, again, when you get checked in, you're going to be seeing a nurse,
Turn around now.
and that they have a pharmacy there, so they'll be able to take care of any kind of that stuff. That protocol is out of my realm. I don't work down there, so I don't know, but I do know they do have a pharmacy, and that you will be afforded to see somebody.
By now, we've all seen Sarah in action. We know she had no problem calling the cops and was very friendly and flirty with them. Watch Sarah and her team try to convince our hero Judge Kraynick that she was scared to call the police and even confused when they arrived. Here's a quick reminder of Sarah's behavior in case you forgot. Let's watch.
Show up that you didn't see while we were here?
Can I show you all the other pictures that I have that I have documented?
He's going to jail for this, so the rest of that can't really do anything about. But if anything else shows up, you can go take that paper down to high
It's
quarters.
not going to be anything else because she's taking him down.
I
Put
mean,
him under the jail.
He's going.
Under the jail.
Okay. We're all set then.
What else do you, I could show you bloody fingers and bloody faces and black eyes and...
I know, it sounds like you guys need to probably not hang out with each other anymore.
Hello.
I know.
That's
I know,
why I
but-
left him 3 weeks ago.
But this also isn't the first time, so, with both you guys, with the cops out here.
No.
Okay?
I've had to lie to you guys 3 times.
And you shouldn't have to do that, so let's make this maybe the last time.
Now I'm not lying.
Being honest with you.
Okay. So what happened?
Ma'am, you've already been sworn. Counselor, you may proceed.
Ma'am, would you please state your full name?
Sarah Boone.
Well, you're going to have to speak up or move the mic.
Sarah Boone.
Yes.
Where are you currently housed?
At the Orange County Corrections Department.
Have you been there since February the 25th of 2020?
Correct.
Was that the date of this interrogation that we're here for on this motion?
Yes.
All right. Let me take you back to the morning of finding George Torres in the suitcase. You called 911?
Yes.
Is it true that Detective or Deputy Kayla Rodriguez of the Sheriff's Department arrived?
Yes.
What mental state did you have at that time?
I was very confused. It was very hazy. I didn't understand the monumental amount of people that were there and what they were doing with taking things from my home. I was worried about my dogs. I was worried about my son. I was in shock. I was traumatized by the situation and then trying to focus on everything that was going on at my home. I was hungover. I was still, I believe, intoxicated to a degree.
Objection, Judge. Move to strike. This is outside their motion to suppress. They have not made any allegations that her statement was involuntary because of her mental state or state of intoxication.
Response?
Judge, we're talking about, I'm just getting some preliminary information.
But
Her interrogation is the next day.
The state has an obligation, and the case law cited by the state requires specificity in the motions. So it's not a game of 20 questions and a surprise.
Okay, this is the day before the interrogation.
I understand that.
We're not talking about an intoxication.
But are you going to be arguing anything in conclusion as to what happened on February 24th led to any coercive or coercion behavior on behalf of the Orange County Sheriff's Office on February 25? Are you going to bootstrap or link any of those things together?
The interrogation in the squad car and what was said to her prior to getting in the squad car that relates to what she said about it being routine protocol, yes.
All right, I'm going to sustain the state's objection.
Relating to the intoxication?
Yes. Okay. It wasn't raised in any of the 3 motions that have been filed.
Judge, I didn't ask her that. She volunteered that.
I understand it.
Okay.
Objection sustained and it's stricken.
All right. Did you speak to the deputy about what had happened? Okay.
It's no wonder James Owens and his high school buddy Tony Henderson were looked at as a joke in the legal community. Here's an illustration published by Andy Marlette for News Journal after previous allegations had been brought to light. It gives a depiction of James's office and a little glimpse of how he ran his practice. Over a decade later, quite honestly doesn't look like James has changed much. It's amazing that the entire legal community was aware of his alleged unethical conduct, and he just strolled in court after watching a few YouTube videos and planned on ordering snacks, juice, and an actual glam squad for the trial. A lot of you were suspicious of James Owens, and you are a very good judge of character. Sarah Boone needed someone to be realistic, like the previous lawyers, refusing to join her circus. Luckily for everyone, she got James Owens. He helped guide her right where she needed to be.
Boone's story.
Let's watch a rare interview with prosecutors after scoring a victory over Sarah Boone and her legal team. Just 2 humble crime fighters, not looking for fame, but fighting for justice, for real victims. Why was this the one time Sarah was scared to call 911? Why was she scared of authorities that day? Enjoy. Thanks for watching.
Right. And so we're going to turn over the wheel and Dave ask all specific questions, asking all the defenses, and because they did all the great work, so they deserve all the good credit. Correct.
Well, how does that make you feel to be the church's
Yes, we're very happy to gain some closure for the Torres family and some justice for George.
Strong closing arguments from the both of you today. What do you think, like she said, this case means for the family and getting justice for George Torres?
I think after 4.5 years and the numerous delays, I think they were finally just happy to see this case go to trial. and be able to put this one in the books.
What do you think the appropriate sentence should be?
We'll reserve comment to the sentencing hearing.
Do you expect the verdict to come back that quickly? I think it was an hour and 20-something minutes. Very fast.
We should never have expectations.
What do you think about the case law with respect to Martinez? I know there was a strongly worded letter you all signaled you would be sending. Is that right for judicial review higher up?
Can't really talk about future legal arguments.
How was it in the courtroom between you and James Owens? There was obviously moments of tension and then also moments of levity. Was this different than a typical battle that you go into?
I wouldn't say it was different than a different relationship than with most defense attorneys.
What would you say to the jurors who were here for about 2 weeks on this case? It was a long jury selection and then, of course, a lot of evidence to look at and all of that. What would you want to say to them?
Just thank them for their service.
Will, did you know that it was George Torres' mother who broke down in court today and that was the reason for the bit of an outburst?
I was made aware afterwards. It happens in these cases.
Do you have a chance to talk to her and say something to her?
I have not yet.
How about you, Dave?
I spoke to her along with the rest of the Torres family after the verdict. Just listen to them.
A strong rebuttal yesterday from you guys. What do you think that evidence showed the jurors and meant for this case?
I'm not going to really talk about the evidence.
Final question from me is, are you stunned that you did not take that plea deal?
It's not for us to say.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You guys been here for a long time, a couple weeks, but thank you.